Rock the Ripple. Rock the Ripple. The Rock the Ripple podcast with Narita McInnes.
Let's do this. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Rock the Ripple podcast. I'm your host, Narita McInnes. Welcome as always. So awesome to have you here. And today I wanted to dive straight into a quote that I received in an email newsletter from a lovely, beautiful human named Chris Kale. And she's actually someone I interviewed many moons ago. And she teaches clairvoyance. And what I thought with the opening quote she had in this email newsletter the other day was that it applied not just to clairvoyance, but also our intuition and different parts of our lives as well. And I wanted to break that down with you today and get your feeling on it as well. So here's what it said. It said, non-judgment is the magical ingredient in clairvoyance. You can't see anything, and that includes yourself, if you expect or need it to look a certain way. And I thought that was brilliant in the sense of not just clairvoyance, and I can see exactly why that would be so needed and important in clairvoyance, because if you have an expectation of how things should look and you're going from your frame of reference as well, then that can get in the way of the messages coming through, because you've got an expectation or something already that you think it should be looking like before you're doing your reading as such, because you're allowing your ideas and different things to get in the way of the messages coming through. And I thought, for us, we have intuition, and we might not all be clairvoyant, and perhaps that's somewhere where we're leading to in our lives. Perhaps that is something that humanity will reach at some point. But right now, we all have different gifts. And one of the gifts that we all have, all of us have intuition. And that right there is one of the most powerful gifts that we have. And part of us being able to tap into our intuition is to be able to trust the messages that we get that come through. And if we get in the way and think that our intuition should be looking a certain way, or that our results or the path that we're on should be looking a certain way, then we're blocking our intuition in a way, because we have this expectation, well, I've decided that I'm going to do this thing and become this type of person, or travel the world here, or do this there, and it should look this way, in inverted commas. But that's the thing. If we get in the way of following our intuition and those nudges that are guiding us on our journey, and have an expectation of how it should look, as opposed to allowing the flow and trusting the path, then we will get in the way of our intuition. And so I guess that's why what she was saying really sparked something within me to say, yep, let's talk about this on the podcast, because it applies to our intuition. We don't have to be learning to be clairvoyant in order for this to ring true and make some sense with what we do as well. So, and our intuition, in a sense, is a bit of a clairvoyance, in the sense that we have the ability to tap into our inner knowing at any given moment. And our intuition is actually, when you break that down, it's inner tuition, which is inner teacher. I heard that from another beautiful lady, and I can't remember her name right now. I think it was Carly Samuels, maybe. And she said our intuition is our inner teacher. And our teacher is always guiding us on the path. And the thing about a teacher is you don't always hear what you want to hear. A teacher is going to teach you. That doesn't mean it's always going to be smooth sailing. And I think that sometimes is also something that can trip us up, because when we're following our intuition and our guidance, things might get tough or rocky, and we think, bloody hell, I'm following my intuition. Why is this not looking like how I thought it would look? But that's the deal here. When we are on our path and we are trusting and following our path, we also have to trust that those things, those opportunities to grow, those obstacles, those challenges, all those sort of things are coming up in order to teach us what we need to learn in order to step into our next part of our journey, our next frequency. So when we're doing that, when we are following our intuition and allowing and trusting ourselves on that journey, we will no doubt sometimes question what the hell is going on, because it won't always look how we think it is going to look. And that is what that quote, I feel, is saying. It is, if you expect or need it to look a certain way, then you're going to trip yourself up from the get-go. So that's where a full level of trust must come in, a trust in your intuition and a confidence in your intuition that you are being guided the best possible way to the destination that you are already aligned with and are walking towards. And so if you don't know where you're headed, then you will still have these things come in, but perhaps you're not trusting your intuition just yet, or perhaps you simply haven't thought about it, and that's fine too. But if you get to a point where you are thinking about what it is you truly desire, where it is that you're headed, then that idea has come to you because what you are seeking is seeking you. So I've often had people say, well, I'm not really sure what it is that I want to be doing or where I'm headed, but I know there's something, but I don't know what it is. That right there is your intuition speaking to you, letting you know that there is something, and perhaps you don't need to know what it is just yet, and to allow yourself to trust that there is something and that something is seeking you, and at the right time you will know. If you think about your life right now and you think about different things along the way that you have experienced and gone through, and you think of pivotal times, and there's times in your life where you may have, unless you had the experience leading up to that time, you may not have known how to deal with it. You may not have known how to walk that path. It's like when you start a traineeship or something like that, and you work your way up in a business. There's no way you could be the boss before you had the groundwork of learning how to do that job for those few years before. That is the foundation of which you learn. And that's what we're doing this whole time when we're walking our path and following our intuition, and we have a vision for ourselves and where we're headed. We are always aligned with that. We just need to trust that the journey along the way is giving us the knowledge, the experience, the compassion, the love for ourselves and for others to do the thing that we're here to do. So no matter where you are in your life, you are exactly where you need to be. And I remember that comment used to shit me. Like, I'm exactly where I need to be. Well, it doesn't really feel really great right now. And that's okay. That's okay. I love myself for being like that in those moments, because I was feeling impatient and I wanted things now, and I could see what I wanted to do, or I couldn't see what I wanted to do, but I wanted to be able to do it. But of course, those things have to unfold in the perfect timing to do the thing that you're here to do. So, yeah, I really feel like that is something that we can all grab onto, and to know that if we expect or need it to look a certain way, then we're blocking what it is that is there for us to teach us what we need to learn. And so that is why, like I said before, you are exactly where you need to be, and what you are seeking is seeking you. And when you have a vision, a burning desire that is in your heart, that right there means that you are already connected to it. It's already something you are in alignment with. And for us, our job is to let go of the how to follow our intuition and to take the aligned action on the way. And that is where we learn more and more about ourselves. And if there are things that we need to have in our back pocket when we are stepping into the version of ourselves that we truly desire to be and how we want to show up in the world, then we will be given challenges and opportunities to grow to ensure that we can step into that. And those things are there to allow us to be all that we came here to be. So, yeah, I really hope that this little chat of ours has been inspiring or enlightening or just given you something to think about. It sure did me. So I love those kind of things that come in and just give you that spark to think about things at a deeper level. And I hope that that's given that to you as well. So as always, thank you so much for being here. If you want to connect, be sure to send me a DM on Instagram or head to my website at naridamckinnis.com. My Instagram is at naridamckinnis, and you can connect with me there. If you have a quote or a scribbled sticky note idea that has come through to you as well that you'd love to chat about on this podcast, please do send it through. I love hearing all this sort of stuff, and I love jamming on these ideas and insights that help us to expand and grow. So aside from that, thanks again for being here, and I look forward to catching up with you next time.